Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and let's talk about forever living and MLMs. We'll just see how it kind of goes tonight with Asher sleeping and stuff, so I'm going to try and do this as quickly and precise as I possibly can. I tried to do as many notes as I could to try and make sure that I didn't forget anything. So we'll just go through the who, the what, the where. So the who is Forever Living. It is a business that has been apparently around for quite a wee bit of time. Yesterday I had a look and it's been co-founded from like 1978. It kind of spread to UK, Germany, all this different kind of, even the Philippines, because I spoke to my mentor about, opening up a business in the Philippines because I've got family and all that kind of stuff there, and it's even open there, which I was really surprised about, but it is. Yeah, that's just kind of a very basic rundown of what it is. It was co-founded by a man called Rex. So the why did I look at different sort of opportunity? Why did I start this business? Well, I was very ambitious. When this all happened, it was in 2017. It was like between, I think it was like October, November and December. So I was only in the business for like 3 months. I was like talking about it for 1 month and I was in it for 2 months. So I didn't stuck by it for very long at all. It was in a 0-hour contracted part-time waitressing job, and I was going to college, which I hated, and then I was going to work, which I was only in for like four hours a day, 3 times a day. So I had all this free time, and when I saw this post that she'd put on Facebook, I thought, let me try it. So that's the why. And the what was starting a business. I'd always been intrigued in starting a business. I've always been interested in being my own boss. I've always been kind of not wanting to answer to anyone, pretty much. So that really interests me. Yes, it's the whole finance bit as well, but I thought I was capable enough in order to handle all that. But I didn't even get to the part about like dealing with taxes and all that kind of stuff. I kind of wish I'd was, so I had a wee bit more meat to this video, but I think I got out of the wrong at the right time. So, as I said, she'd put a post on Facebook pretty much just saying like, do you have your phone on you? Do you have internet? Then why don't you start your own business at home by selling products, recruiting people and getting paid for it? She essentially puts it as just cutting out the middleman. Instead of us going to the shops and getting our moisturiser and all that kind of stuff, we will instead go to these business owners and like ask them, I've got really dry skin in these areas, I've got acne here, like what kind of products do you have that can help me? And we'll then have a look through our inventory and all that kind of stuff, and then tell them I think this might work. But bear in mind, the training we have is just what the products are, how to use it, and how to recruit people, how to get people excited for starting their own business, and how to sell products. We are not trained in a beauty school or business school or anything like that. We're nothing like that. Their form of training is this app, website, whatever it is, called SmartPod, which you'll pay a membership fee of $2.99 a month to go in and do your training and stuff. I remember doing a few of them, and it was mostly just people telling me how amazing the business was and how easy it was to get the incentives, and how yes, it's easy, but you should always work hard. So it was this kind of balance that they were trying to portray very poorly. Why are you honking? In these videos. And my naive mind, I thought I could handle that. You know, I was over the age of 16. I work and live in the UK. Can you hear that? It is 9:30 at night. Why are you honking? Anyway, I actually remember speaking to my mentor about how do I talk to people about their business, because she plainly put it, that's where most of the money is by recruiting people. So I said to her that, look, how do I talk to people in order to get them to come? And I should have ran the moment she pretty much very easily, script like, answered my question with just a few things that she knew about the people I was talking about, which was like a co-worker, I believe, and she has some children and stuff. It was a wee bit of a lengthy, like, kind of introduction into the business, but it covered all the points that was needed to covered and all that kind of stuff. And looking at the training videos after reading that as well, that was something that the training videos were trying to promote. It's, oh, you've got kids, right? You can stay at home, do this business from your phone at any time. You make your own hours, you do all this, and you don't need to go to a 9 to 5 job to earn a living. Essentially just target people who are struggling with the kind of normal job, that don't want to just sit in an office and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to sit in an office. Like, I've never been that kind of person. I'm quite happy to be a mum and doing YouTube as my side hobby, but that's what these MLMs stand kind of go for. Now, I wasn't targeted by her because, you know, she knew me from a friend of a friend, and saw that in on Facebook's friend request or whatever like that. Like, it wasn't like that. It was, I went to her, so I did kind of put this on myself. So I just wanted to make sure that people saw that, instead of just a message saying, "Hey girl, how you doing? Spoke to you. Just want to let you know that there's this business I'm doing that I'll really want to share with you." Like, there's that side of MLMs, and then there's this side of seeing something and not realizing it is that. And I didn't realize it was that either for a very long time. And now that I'm seeing the signs, I'm very wary, and I will never do that kind of business again. When she gave me this script, I should have ran, but again, naive, didn't understand. And it was like, these incentives is a thing that motivates or encourages someone to do something. You shouldn't running your own business, doing your own hours, working around family, being home with family, or, you know, bringing happiness to people by these amazing products that you say are amazing. So why do you need incentives? Because a lot of these business owners who start these kind of journeys with these MLMs will be on fire. And we call, you know, new Christians on fire because they're so excited, and they're just excited and love what they're doing and everything else. So when you start your business, you are essentially on fire, and getting as many no's as somebody who's been in the business for 3-4 years or even 2 months. So these incentives is for those women who are realising that the business is really difficult. No one wants to buy from a pyramid scheme. No one wants to buy your priced shampoo, deodorant, when they can just go to Superdrug and get a great natural alternative there. They need these incentives in order to keep these people doing this and preying on people and exploiting their family and all that kind of stuff. The incentives that my mentor spoke about a lot was a Mini Cooper, and at this point I wasn't driving. I really wanted a Mini Cooper because that was all the rage at that point. And that was a bit of a driving force with me. Not only would I be my own boss, being at home, doing my own hours, I thought it was a dead easy thing. I thought I was charismatic enough to sell stuff to people, but I could also get this car. I think that was one of the things that kind of went bing in my mind. This is a great opportunity, but you need to go through many hoops in order to be even considered for these Mini Coopers or big incentives like this. Another incentive that she spoke about, and I believe actually did happen for her at least, was she went to Bali, and when she got there she got a large sum of money. Out of all these women, I believe that she was the only person or one of the only people that got a big sum of money, and I believe it was roughly about £9,000 or something like that. I could look back for the messages and let you know, and I'll put it somewhere here. Who doesn't want to travel? I mean, if you talk to any 17, 18-year-old back then, probably still now as well, their main thing is to travel. And that was mine. I really wanted to travel, and hearing that all you had to do was sit on your phone and sell stuff, and you get to go to Bali, and this you might be in the chance of earning this Mini Cooper and all that kind of stuff. I was all on board at this point. That was all the kind of the stuff that I first saw coming into it. But then it wasn't until I'd already left that I realised it was a pyramid scheme. Now, if you just look up what a pyramid scheme is. A pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members via promise of payments or services for enrolling others into a scheme rather than supplying investments or sale of products. As I'd already said, this woman had already told me that the main cash front was recruiting other people, and that was kind of the stuff that she was drawing me more towards. She every week would message me and say, what's your plan for the week, which is it's great, it's, you know, fantastic. And I would say to her, oh, I'm thinking of doing this, I'm thinking of doing that. And the more she got to know me, she kind of went, oh, you're at college, why don't you set up a booth and talk to people about this business and try and recruit people that way? And I thought that was a fantastic idea. And I done it, and I had no recruitments, which is an amazing thing now, but back then I was so disheartened. With it being around Christmas as well, she says that was the highest for buying things as gifts, which I actually ended up buying a few things and gifting that to friends and family, Secret Santas and stuff like that, thinking that that was a great way of them trying it, going, oh, this lip balm is amazing, I'm going to get some more. So I was already in that mindset of everything had ulterior motive, and I just kind of saw myself spiralling. That's a pyramid scheme, and Forever Living is a pyramid scheme. I've seen a lot of like anti-MLM videos on YouTube, especially this one girl, I'll link her down below, and I've been watching a lot of her, and this is what inspired this video actually. People just don't see the disgusting behaviour of it, and I just thought I would share my experience with it. So whatever I earn, she's earning a bit from it. So I was getting 35% of any products that I would sell. So a shampoo that was £20, I would only be getting £7 of that when I've maybe spent hours and hours and hours of messaging this person, convincing them essentially to buy it. And the minimum wage in Scotland was £6, like £5.50, £6. So I could have actually just went to a job instead, and in those 5-6 hours of working, I would have earned what I was doing here with this shampoo. That's why these products are overpriced. That's why that shampoo was £20 because I'm only getting 7, but my mentor might be getting 5, and then her mentor might be getting 3, and then her mentor might be getting 2. And it all adds up. See, these people that have been in the business longer, they're earning thousands on these new business people of young mums or stay-at-home mums, or just people that can't work because of mental or physical disabilities, and they're earning from them who have started up, found out how difficult it is, and then had to stop after losing out on all this money. So I looked back at the money I spent on this business, and again I said I started the business on October, and I was speaking to her at the beginning of October, so she was kind of just recruiting me very slowly trying to convince me, sending me all these links to Facebook pages, all these links to videos and trainings and stuff like that of success stories, and she finally convinced me, and I spent £200 on a starter box. And she pitched the starter box as, you know, the products in it is worth triple what it's on sale for, and you get to keep those products. Like, if you decide that the business isn't for you anymore, you can still have those products to use and keep. And the products were stuff like shampoo, conditioner, lip balm, face moisturiser, aloe vera jelly, those aloe jelly shot things that people wanting to lose weight will have. Supplements, there was like 3 different kinds of supplements, I believe, and you get to keep all that, try it out, test it for a week, and then you can start your business if you enjoy it. And that's the kind of thing that she was telling me. That was how much I spent on that. And then October, I got a payment of $2.99 taken out my account for SmartPod, and that was the only payment that got taken out of my account. On the 21st of November, I spent £60. Then 30th of November, spent 22. 12th of December, I spent 21. 20th of December, 56. 31st of October, £22, and I know there was a bit of a jump between December and October, but that was just because I was getting like Christmas gifts. But that was all that I spent on this business, and that's on the actual business. I'm not talking about, you know, decor for the Christmas specials that I was doing, giving gifts, samples, blah 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 blah. That's not including any of that. That's obviously would be added that I can't really track back. So all in all those months, I spent £384. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a 0-hour contracted part-time waitress who's also in college and is trying to save for future family. That is a lot of money. Like, looking back at it now, like, I didn't realise how much I was spending back then. I think I realised in the end of like January, like, look, I need to reel it back a wee bit. Like, I'm not selling anything, I'm not recruiting anyone, so why am I spending all this money on getting products so that I can reach the incentives every month? The incentives every month was back then £300, and that's what she was earning, was £300. So when you think about it, that £20 shampoo that you're earning £7 from, you would have to sell 43 of those shampoos in order to reach the monthly thing. And that was not possible. It wasn't possible for me, sorry. I don't think, if you're thinking about starting your own MLM business, go for it, all the power for you. I dug myself a hole and I struggled to get back out of it. I had to come to terms with the money I lost. Extra products that I got near Christmas time, I got for the Christmas fair in my school, And I had to pay for table booking. I had to pay for a taxi to get down with all this stuff. I had to pay for the extra bus fare up to my college in order to do the job day, the careers day. And then all this, everything else to come along with that, with I had like an actual box of celebrations on my desk to entice people to come over. That was how much I was trying to bribe people into the business. So that's all I spent, and it's a lot of money, but there's been thousands and thousands of other videos on YouTube. I know Natalia Taylor did a video on her experience with, it wasn't Forever Living, I can't remember what business it was. I believe it was about bags, and she spent thousands and got in so much debt because of it. So I'll link that down below as well, so you can watch that too, because that's obviously a really drastic difference to my video. She knew I wasn't interested anymore. I started to not answer any of her messages. I wasn't doing any of the training or anything like that, and she pretty much just stopped messaging me, which was really good. And the last time she'd messaged me, I was like, "Hey Kelly, how's things? Happy New Year. Do you have a plan in place for your business this month? Lovely. Or would you like some help? Happy to help if needed. All the incentives start for the year, so it's a great time to throw yourself in." Literally throwing incentives right at me on the 5th of Jan. That was a weird noise. 5th of January, and I didn't even reply back to her. I wasn't even going to entertain the idea of starting something like this, because these people need to be very charismatic. They need to be smart. They need to be friendly in order to draw you in order to get you interested and asking questions like I did. Like, I watched a video, I asked her questions and she answered them absolutely beautifully. And there was no way that I could second guess anything that she was saying. And unfortunately, I got sucked in and spent so much money on this business. And something that I didn't actually mention, and just scrolling up a wee bit, it's just popped up. Two things, sorry. One was a launch party, whereas as soon as I got a box, I was kind of pushed towards a launch party on Facebook, where I would go on live and talk about all the products, what I loved about them, what they're there to help, and she'll be there with me and kind of filling in any blanks that I don't understand. Now bear in mind, at this point I only was trying them for about a week roughly, so I didn't know the products, and yet I was kind of pushed into doing this launch, which I got nothing sold. I got no recruitments, nothing. So it was a waste of time. No one was interested. Another thing that she was kind of want me to do were pups, which were essentially these gift baskets of people will pay a certain amount towards it. Say it was actually a £30 gift basket wholesale on the website. It was there for £30 and they bought it through me. I would get 35% of that £30, but I'll add a wee bit extra thing that I might have got from a starter box or something else, or like a sample of something else that's not in that box, and I'll send it to them as like a wee gift thing of, you spent £30 on this box, I'm gonna make it more valuable without actually spending a lot more on it. And that was like a way that she was kind of recommended that I go down, which I never did, and I'm really happy I didn't. The only shady thing that I done that I'm a wee bit ashamed of is giving the products as gifts so that people can then later buy it from me, but no one did, which I'm really happy about. Actually, there's a few things that she mentioned here. She was doing a raffle to win 2 C9s, which were kind of set over a couple of days or a couple of weeks, where you would do certain things, whether it be a shake or taking some sort of supplement or something like that, and you're guaranteed to lose weight. So she was doing a raffle on that. Gift ideas, pops, although pop-top stars, and she was saying that was the basics. And the fact that she had to explain what the basics were to me, already in the business for, what month are we? Are we in November? Well, we're in December. So that was already a month and a half into the business, and this is hard just explaining about the basics to me. Just shows how much she wasn't really mentoring me, and that just kind of backfired on her, because the only money that she earned was obviously the stuff that I'd already paid for. But the fact that I didn't feel as if I was being supported meant that I left, therefore she's not earning anything more from me. As a business, recruited other people that can become her manager, but those other people, aka me, would be recruiting other people, and then they become manager, and it just kind of, it's like a spider web. It just kind of comes out and creates this big tree, essentially, of people were actually working for other people, but thinking they're working for themselves and doing all the hard work. I think that's pretty much the basics of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I can really talk about this about. All I want to say is really properly think about who you're talking to, what you're reading. Even go into YouTube and search some story times of, Forever Living, which you might see this, or other MLMs, you might see this, or pyramid schemes, you might see this, all that kind of stuff, because it all falls underneath this scam. I really hope you took something from this. I really hope that you're looking out for the warning signs of incentives, of, doing your own business, and I'm your mentor, of you need to pay money for a starter box, and, that kind of stuff. That should be the warning signs. If you're watching this and you completely disagree with me that maybe I just had a bad experience, I didn't work hard enough for it, maybe this is just to share my experience and to warn those that might be thinking about the business, because I think this could be really, really dangerous for some people, like extremely dangerous, and I do not regret doing this. It's just made me wiser. Yeah, hope you're all staying safe, stay blessed, bye.